BskyB should start to build in a new bid premium, given the UK media watchdog has affirmed News Corp is fit to be a big shareholder in BskyB. That's according to Reuters' Breakingviews this morning. Robert Cole joins me. Get into BskyB shares?
Yeah, is the short answer, I think. I mean, this is quite interesting news today, and we're a bit sort of surprised that the shares haven't moved more. Now, that might be because, the market thinks that they were always going to be cleared. The market might have decided that a bid is not likely to happen, or is so far away that doesn't merit any sort of excitement now. But it seems to me that this is a very significant hurdle that's been cleared.
Or the market's wary that Rupert Murdoch will push the price up too much higher.
Which price? The price of BskyB?
Yeah, the price of to buy out the remaining stake in BskyB.
Well, he won't want to push the price up because he's wanting to buy.
That BskyB will request a higher price.
Well, yeah, of course. And I think that the bid that came in and was shelved last time came in. I think it was 800, was it? But there was talk about 950. I think the shares are now at 750. There is a potentially quite big upside here. Now, I don't want to get carried away here. I'm not expecting a bid to come around the corner next week or even before the end of the year. I mean, I think that we have the Leveson inquiry. I mean, that's got to be out of the way, and it's conceivable that the findings of that could be so damaging that puts it off the agenda. I think we've got to get past the split of News Corp. It's splitting into what we call bad news and in the ongoing American thing. But there is quite a logic of doing this before the next UK general election, because a new government might be a Labour government and might be much against this. And then you think the way this can happen. New culture secretary, so the path might be a bit smoother than perhaps the market seems to be thinking.
Okay, so they've passed this fit and proper test, but it was a lengthy personal attack on James Murdoch.
I mean, I think that clearly, he's hardly covered himself in glory. But I think the important thing here is that News Corp is allowed to own a big slice of BskyB. That would have been the big news. I think that, while I have some respect for James and I have some sympathy with him as being sort of left with the baby while it was crying, in a sense that he is a less important figure now. Back
to the price. Maybe there is. Ofcom has said, it's warned that further evidence could change their decision.
Absolutely.
Maybe there is serious worry out there. There are still very jangly skeletons in the closet.
Absolutely, and I'm not trying to say that this is going to happen, but I'm just saying that I think that it's more likely to happen than the market seems to think, and it's our view that it might happen sooner rather than later.
So we should see a higher price on BskyB than we are seeing.
Yeah, I think
we
so.
Got a 1% bounce or so.
I was surprised that was so slow, and perhaps the market knows more than we do, and the market is very wise. I take that view, but I think that perhaps over the fullness of time that there will be a re-rating. You remember, News Corp is the natural owner for this business. It founded it. It owns a lot of it. It knows it inside out. Take away the newspapers, and of course,
it's prepared to support it.
It's the US business is largely a TV and entertainment business. It wants to buy it. Sky's profitability, despite everything that's been going on around it, is going from strength to strength.
Does this whole issue of having to spin off the news part come into play again now?
Well,
Sky News, if they go for
the Sky News rather than the newspapers, I don't necessarily think it does, and that again, if the newspapers are spun off, perhaps Sky can keep its It's news. The question actually is whether Sky wants to keep the news, because news is very important. We have to employ people like you, vast salaries. And there isn't that much the way of advertising income that comes in the back of it. So I think the question, I don't think that's going to be a deal breaker for News Corp. In some ways, I think quietly, and they might not say it, they'd be rather pleased to get rid of the news obligation.
All right, Robert, thanks a lot for that. Robert Cole. If you want to watch our US show, that comes on every day, 12:30 Eastern, 17:30 BST. I'm Axel Throvel, this is Reuters.